Working? Okay, good. So, after the last episode of the gaming expeditions not meeting the view quota set by our investors, and also losing my cameraman and a long-time friend, the show's budget got completely axed, and yet these idiots wanted me to make another episode. I was thinking for a long time about a title that would bring the money and also shine some eyes on the show. And while looking at the local newspaper, I got the perfect solution. You can call it a modern French gaming classic. That's right, because French people are known for two things: baguettes and balls. That's right, baby. We're gonna play a boot pétanque for PS3, and thanks to it being a move game, I actually be able to get my skills to a presentable level again and earn some cash money in the local pétanque tournament. Foolproof plan. Speaking of money, if you ever wondered how you can support this show, well, I have something for you. With this QR code somewhere over there, you'll be able to know how. So check it out. Damn! You know, from the sheer technical standpoint, PS Move, like nearly everything that ever came from Sony, was a real technical marvel. But this design... Damn! I mean, what can I say other than that I'm pretty sure that this thing, well, not this actual controller, but PS Move controllers as a whole, I'm pretty sure that at least 1,000 people put one like this into the anal cavity. Oh boy, you don't know things I've seen while being an intern on ER. Like, humanity is disgusting. Like, why are they putting this stuff in their... The first big surprise was the fact that the game actually features the English language option. And you may think, hey, what's so special about it? To which I say, well, it's a PAL-only game that was physically released only in France, that's taking on the subject of a really niche French sport. So excuse me for thinking it would be all in the frog language. And while pétanque is an extremely simple game, and so is its video game adaptation, to a person who never really heard about the sport or came back to it after like 15 years, being able to understand a tutorial is pretty important. The game starts with you creating your character. Now it's more like choosing your character from a list of pre-made ones. And at first I just lost it and wanted to joke about how every Asian looks the same to a white man. But actually every race gets the equal treatment in this game, as there are like 10 character models that are used for many more named players. still was putting two same-looking Asian guys next to each other really that smart of a decision? Anyway, I went with Mr. Baldy because he reminds me of my cousin. You also get to choose if you're a righty or lefty. If you're a lefty, well, thanks for watching, I suppose. But also, you. Each character is described by parameters and you can spend the initial experience points on leveling for available stats. Because yeah, there's leveling system. It was 2012 after all. I went with full power, which wasn't perhaps the smartest idea, as you'll be yeeting balls out of bounds anyway. Saying that there is much in the character customization department would be a bigger farce than my life. But hey, at least you can buy official Obut merch for your in-game character. Finally, after all that jazz, one can begin their career with a quick optional tutorial being offered to them. And that's a fairly good tutorial that will actually explain everything there is to the game in a sensible manner. So let me take you for a ride to the Bulo Draw and teach you how to play with your balls correctly. The standard game starts with two cancer patients tossing a coin to decide who goes first. Then the winner tosses a small wooden ball called cochonnet or jack. This little ball is the most important thing in this game, and you want the rest of your balls to be as close to it as it is possible, while also keeping enemy balls away from it. Toss them or roll them, it doesn't matter.
Nice cock.
You want each of your balls close to the wood. Wait, each player has 3 balls. Well, unless you play 3v3, then each has 2 for a total of 6 per team. Whenever a player's ball is the closest one to the jack, the other team gets to play. So if you're playing first, unless you overshoot and get out of bounds, the other team will start throwing. And they will keep throwing until one of their balls is closer to the jack than yours. Or until they run out of balls. This, in my opinion, is just brilliant. It makes the match tenser and enforces a more strategic approach than if the players would simply throw one ball and then let the other team toss one of theirs. The round ends once both teams are out of balls. And then the one with the balls closest to the jack gets points, while the other gets, well, jack shit. The scoring is where the things get interesting. You get points only for the balls that are closer to the jack than the closest ball of your opponent. So even a single ball can make the difference between one side getting 6 points or just 1. And you don't have to target the general area around the jack, trying to get close to it. You can, for example, fuck with the closest ball belonging to your opponent, going for carreau, or even better, move the jack itself further so it gets closer to the balls you overshot. Or you know, just do a rage quit and punt jack out of bounds so that neither team will get any points for that round. The goal being a physical object changes the dynamic of the game completely and allows for a whole lot of fuckery and turning the game upside down at the last possible moment. Anyway, after a round is over and the winner gets their points, the whole process starts again until one team reaches a set score. Traditionally, a game ends after one team reaching 13 points, but you can modify it. 9 is the happy medium in my opinion. Doing great plays will award you more experience points, which makes them feel even sweeter than they are. Winning our first match impresses our brother in boldness so much that he joins the team, my team. Sadly, there's no way to change the team's name, which depressed me a lot and made me drink. But that's okay. Drinking honest vodka is actually part of the real game experience, and getting drunk is simulated in the game. The constantly dropping focus meter affects the accuracy of the player's throws, how much they will go to the side, etc, etc. That's why, even though the maximum amount of active players in a team is 3, you might want to recruit more of them, as it doesn't regenerate after the match is over. So yeah, if you want to recruit more bold men, knock yourself out. Just don't cry that you can't name them Caliber 47 or the Bold and the Beautiful. Outside of the regular matches, you can go for precision training, allowing you to test your accuracy and earn more experience at the price of dropping focus because of all the vodka consumed with your bros. Or partake in tournaments for cash money. Though, there's not much you can spend it on. Just a very few clothing options and more specialized balls, and they unlock very slowly, forcing you to progress through career. Giving the players a variety of balls to enjoy was a nice touch. I mean, when playing the sport IRL, you can use multiple ones, customized to suit your every need. They also help you when playing on different type of surfaces, which there are 4. Sand, the classic and the most forgiving. Clay, small and big grained gravel, affecting how the balls act after dropping down, letting them roll or stopping them instantly, adding just a tad bit more strategy. Sadly, the game forces you to use one of 3 predetermined trajectories instead of allowing you a more seamless throwing experience. Low, intermediate, and a lob, each with its tactical uses obviously, but good luck properly using them while playing with PS Move. It's really finicky, and I think that the camera has a lot of problems with interpreting certain moves. Also, the act of throwing looks extremely painful for your character, almost as if they had developed an additional articulation point after a fracture that healed badly. Anyway, while it was actually surprisingly fun to play this game, the lack of precision at times really pissed me off. You can play the game with just your DualShock, but I mean, if you're playing with balls, at least wave a phallic object around. Surprisingly, the game is more difficult when playing it without motion controls. Instead of doing a natural motion at a speed you think should get the object where you want it to be. On DualShock, it is more dependent on your character's stats, requiring proper timing and finagling with a moving cursor, which is kind of hard to read. It is okay, as the core gameplay is good, but you'll get sick of it after 20 minutes or so, while pretending to toss your balls around will at least keep you engaged for a bit. Another thing that grinds down one's enjoyment of the game is the fact that you can't skip your opponent's throws. And with how bad they tend to be, at least for like the first 10 hours, sometimes you'll be sitting there without throwing for like 3 minutes. I mean, sure, you're not bound to the game while they are playing, so you can do a quick jerking off session or take a swig of your liquor in the meantime. But it's just such a waste of time when playing with a real opponent, you can at least taunt them or distract them, which would be a nice additional mechanic if they ever made pétanque 3. It just sucks that nearly 40% of my playtime was watching brain-dead bots trying unsuccessfully to screw with my balls. But it is what it is. I always hate mentioning the competition, but Sports Champions not only allows you to skip as much as you want, but also has a lot more precise, intuitive throwing mechanic that doesn't rely on stats and is much closer to the real thing. Then again, it's bocce and not pétanque, which fucking sucks. I mean, if you have balls that size, you should be going to a doctor and not playing with your mates, stupid. I'm just so angry that they picked straight up inferior game. And really? Disc golf? What is this gay ass shit? And if you didn't notice, the game was made on like a budget of a stale baguette and 2 kilograms of cheese, and is quite poorly optimized, with some glaring performance issues that the developer, Kyle Tone, never bothered to fix. I only forgive you guys this last time because you've made Iron Storm in the past. So yeah, thanks to the bad recognition of things that arose by the game, you'll be unable to get the trophies or achievements if you actually bothered to play the game for an extended period of time. Curiously, the previous game is notoriously less buggy and has working trophies, so get that if you want. It also has motion controls, so you're not losing much. And it probably won't cause your PS3 to get so hot that the room temperature will rise up by like 5 degrees. Good thing that I was in me underwears. I've noticed the overheating after the game just locked up on the loading screen, and not wanting to get my 14-year-old PS3 die on me playing a fucking French ball game, I went for just a few short 30-minute sessions. Overall, for what it is, pétanque 2 was a fine time. Harder than the real thing and not as fun, but fine enough. Good for fucking around with your mates and showing them it in a look at this stupid game I found, isn't it stupid type of thing.
Okay, I'm really feeling it. The win is as good as mine. Oh, it's fucking over. And to think that I thought that my life couldn't spiral any lower than that. Mon petit prince, why did you have to go? Everything has just gone wrong. So wrong. You disappeared. The depression, the art block, the bad financial decisions. I mean, who the fuck buys GameCube in 2025? It's so fucking true. But don't worry. At least soon we're gonna be together again, my friend. Hodyna speaking.
I lived, bitch.
Yeah, that seems cool.